First Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
The situation has escalated significantly as Prince's name has emerged in relation to Diddy's trial, a development that took many by surprise. It was previously known from Jason Lee that Diddy hosted extravagant parties at Prince's residence, but this revelation adds an unexpected twist to the narrative.
That I don't know, right? What I know is that he was really health conscious. He was a vegan. He didn't abuse alcohol. I didn't know of him abusing drugs. He worked out, so, that also really concerned me because it made me think that, wow, so you mean you do all these things to take care of yourself and you die so young?
Consider this scenario. What if Prince had been recording everything all along? He was not merely a private individual. He was a master strategist, perpetually 10 steps ahead and always in command. He refrained from attending those parties, leading many to believe he avoided the case. However, there are now rumors suggesting otherwise. What if he possessed incriminating evidence regarding the events that transpired in his residence, and chose to keep that footage concealed? Some speculate that he entrusted it to another individual prior to his passing. Given the current developments, there is significant speculation that these recordings may emerge in a courtroom setting. This is indeed astonishing. Furthermore, the surprises in the courtroom did not end there. Even the jury selection left many astonished. Names were being mentioned that caught everyone off guard, including some anticipated and others completely unexpected, such as Michelle Williams, Robert Downey Jr., Mike Myers, and Lauren London.
My publishing contract with Warner Chappell expired, thus emancipating the name I was given before birth, Prince, from all long-term restrictive.
Let us now address the individuals we anticipated would be implicated in this situation, starting with Cassie. She was the first to come forward and initiate that shocking lawsuit, and her allegations are profoundly unsettling. Cassie asserts that numerous individuals associated with Diddy, including bad boy employees, assistants, and security personnel, witnessed the events unfold, yet none had the courage to come forward. The situation becomes even more troubling. Cassie claims that these same assistants were responsible for delivering gifts of apology following instances of violence. Furthermore, she alleges that they were involved in organizing the notorious encounters, reserving hotel rooms, and preparing the scenes with Baby Oil and Astro Glide. One must question the nature of such job responsibilities. The gravity of the situation is underscored by Cassie's statement that after one particularly traumatic episode, both Diddy's head of security and his assistant observed her state and were moved to tears. This indicates the severity of her experiences. If her claims hold any truth, it is highly likely that those staff members will be summoned to testify. Additionally, we must not overlook Harve Pierre, whose name has surfaced in another lawsuit against Diddy filed by an anonymous plaintiff. Reports indicate that he has also been included on the witness list.
Searched deep within my heart and spirit, and I wanted to make a change and move to a new plateau in my life. And one of the ways in which I did that was to change my name. It sort of divorced me from the past and all the hang-ups that go along with it, as it's been well chronicled in deep dispute with my record label.
Which is Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah. We had some issues that were basically about ownership of the music and how often I was supposed to record and things like that. I really searched deep within to find out the answer to whether fame was most important to me or my spiritual well-being, and I chose the latter.
In a troubling turn of events, Jane Doe has alleged that Harve Pierre persuaded her to travel from Detroit to Jersey, where she claims to have been assaulted by both Harve and Diddy. This situation is not only chaotic but also deeply alarming. Furthermore, Young Miami, who is reportedly employed by Diddy, has been implicated as well, not merely as a passive observer but allegedly involved in transporting illicit substances for him. Her name even surfaced during jury selection, indicating that this issue extends beyond just the celebrities involved, affecting everyone within Diddy's inner circle. Another notable figure is Dallas Austin, a well-known music producer, who was childhood friends with Kim Porter, Diddy's late partner. Following Kim's untimely passing, speculation has arisen regarding Diddy's potential involvement, and with Dallas now mentioned, there are questions about whether this aspect of the case is about to unfold. Additionally, Lorian Gibson, a choreographer from Making the Band, filed a police report in 2007 alleging that Diddy threatened her with a chair on set, showcasing alarming behavior. Aubrey O'Day has been outspoken in support of Cassie's allegations, shedding light on Diddy's purported inappropriate conduct towards her as well. Moreover, former Donity Kane member Dawn Richard is also implicated, having filed a lawsuit against Diddy for serious misconduct. The lawsuit alleges that Diddy's abusive behavior was not confined to private settings. It reportedly began on the set of Making the Band, where he was accused of directing harsh and belittling remarks towards the female participants, undermining their confidence in front of the cameras. Furthermore, during music rehearsals, Dawn Richard asserted that the situation deteriorated significantly. She claimed that Diddy compelled her to practice for extended periods without breaks, food, or sleep, leading to extreme fatigue. In her vulnerable state, she alleged that he exploited her weakness.
The first Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security.
Now discuss the individuals associated with Cassie. Michael B. Jordan's name has surfaced, but not due to any allegations against him. He was referenced in Cassie's lawsuit because of a flirtatious interaction they shared in 2015. The prosecution intends to involve as many of Cassie's former partners as possible, and the reasons for this are already apparent. Kid Cudi's name is particularly notable. Cassie acknowledged a brief relationship with him in 2011 during a tumultuous period with Diddy. Upon reconciling with Diddy, he discovered old emails between her and Cudi, which incited his rage. According to the lawsuit, Diddy was so enraged that he ensured Kid Cudi was at home before destroying his car. Remarkably, Kid Cudi's vehicle did indeed explode in his driveway. This aspect of Cassie's lawsuit is not an exaggeration, it is factual. As the trial progresses, it is anticipated that more names will emerge. However, as previously mentioned, Prince's involvement was an unexpected twist. This has led to speculation about whether Prince possessed any knowledge. The rumors are intensifying, with some questioning if a purported tape he had on Diddy could have contributed to his own demise. This is a disturbing notion, but when one begins to connect the dots, it prompts serious reflection. The unsettling detail is that just days before Prince's passing, he seemed aware of impending events. He shared a photo of himself with a now-deleted caption stating, "Just when you thought you were safe." The message itself evokes a profound sense of unease. During his last appearance at Paisley Park, following what was described as a medical treatment, he conveyed a peculiar message to the audience, to delay their prayers for a few days. What kind of individual makes such a statement unless they sense an impending event? Shortly thereafter, Prince was found unresponsive at his estate in Minnesota.
A lot for getting you into rehab.
Yes, he did. I had a long time kind of battling those things, and after my father passed, it got really bad. And so I called up Big Bruh to help. He said, okay, when it...
The official report indicated an accidental overdose of fentanyl, allegedly from counterfeit Vicodin pills. However, many remain skeptical of this explanation. Prince was renowned for his commitment to a clean lifestyle, devoid of drugs and chaos. How could someone with such a reputation succumb to a synthetic opioid? Questions about his health persist, but the reality is that the narrative extends far beyond mere physical ailments.
It was a 2-second phone call, he's gone. I had been preparing for 2 years, so I knew that it was coming.
What does that mean?
He said it a couple of years ago.
What would he say?
What he said was, I've done everything that I've come to do. So I was crushed for about 2.
Prince was not merely an artist, he was a formidable advocate. For many years, he engaged in a struggle against major corporations regarding the ownership and control of his music. He was unwavering in his commitment to safeguarding artists' rights and ensuring they received fair compensation. Some believe he ultimately paid a heavy price for his convictions. Speculation has long existed regarding Warner Brothers' potential involvement in the circumstances surrounding his demise. While no evidence has been substantiated, many of his fans are convinced that there is more to the narrative. They suspect that the very system he opposed may have played a role in his silencing. Prince entered into a contract with Warner Music in 1977 at the young age of 18. His initial albums released between 1978 and 1981 did not achieve significant success, yet Warner chose to retain him. He was already recognized as a visionary artist. The label perceived him as an artist who could enhance their credibility, and they were correct. In 1982, just a year after the launch of MTV, Prince released More Music, reached the top 10 in the US for the first time, and revolutionized the industry. He was not merely creating music, he was constructing an entire mythology around his persona. He recognized the influence of visuals and understood that a music video served not only as promotion but also as a powerful tool to shape his image, control his narrative, and distinguish himself from others. By the time Purple Rain was released in 1984, Prince had transcended the status of a mere superstar. He had become a significant cultural phenomenon. Fans emulated his style, his sound, and his entire persona. He was undoubtedly the most prominent and dynamic figure in pop music. However, behind the scenes, Prince was increasingly frustrated. He resented that Warner Brothers held the rights to his name and all the music he produced under it. Consider the plight of one of the greatest artists in history who did not even possess ownership of his own name. In response, he transformed the entire industry. Prince adopted a symbol as his name, that distinctive squiggle. Consequently, he became known as the artist formerly known as Prince, making it abundantly clear that he was engaged in a battle for his artistic freedom. He voiced his concerns openly and without reservation. However, the situation became complicated. He was negotiating agreements with the very individuals he sought to challenge. Diddy entered into a significant partnership with Warner Music Group, the same Warner. This deal granted Warner a 50% interest in Bad Boy Records, allowing them to oversee both digital and physical distribution of Bad Boy's entire catalog, past and present, while also managing their global roster. Diddy expressed pride in this arrangement, stating, "Many boutique labels have come and gone, but we remain." He boasted that this collaboration provided them with the financial strength to continue their dominance in the industry. This is where the situation begins to take a disturbing turn. There are claims that Prince was fully aware of the extravagant parties hosted by Diddy and deliberately chose to distance himself from them. Jason Lee recounted that the first Wild Diddy party he attended took place at Prince's residence, but he noted an unusual stipulation: guests were prohibited from bringing their own security personnel. This raises questions. Prince permitted Diddy to utilize his mansion for these lavish gatherings while ensuring that external security was excluded. This suggests a deliberate effort to maintain control. Given Prince's reputation for being private, strategic, and observant, one must wonder if he had security cameras recording throughout the events. This is Prince we are discussing, a man known for being ahead of the curve. What if he documented everything and either stored that footage or shared it with a trusted individual prior to his passing? With speculation arising that his name may surface in an ongoing trial, connections are being made, and the implications are troubling. What if Prince possessed critical information? What if those recordings are real? Could they be linked to the circumstances surrounding his death? Furthermore, it is poignant to note that Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson, revealed that he confided in her about being in trouble just days before his demise. While many believe they were not close, insiders suggest otherwise, indicating that they shared more than mere familial ties. They shared secrets. In 2018, Tyka Nelson disclosed up about just how deep her bond with Prince really was. She recounted their close bond during childhood, noting that their parents had entrusted Prince with the responsibility of looking after her. Consequently, wherever he went, she accompanied him. Their connection transcended mere sibling affection. They were inseparable. Moreover, it was not solely emotional support that defined their relationship. Prince played a crucial role in saving her life. During a challenging period when Tao struggled with substance abuse, it was Prince who intervened and facilitated her entry into rehabilitation. He did not passively observe her decline. He took decisive action. This exemplified the loyalty they shared. However, there is a poignant aspect to their story. Tyka revealed that when Prince sensed his time might be limited, he began to prepare her for the inevitable. This preparation commenced not merely days prior, but 2 full years before his passing, suggesting he had an unsettling premonition. She even shared with the Minnesota Star-Tribune that during their final phone conversation, just 4 days before his death, an unsettling feeling lingered. She attempted to engage him in a serious discussion, yet he consistently evaded her inquiries. Each time she sought to delve deeper, he would divert the conversation, make a joke, and they would share a brief laugh reminiscent of their past. She recalled asking him, "How are you really?" But Prince remained closed off. He was aware of the weight on her heart, and undoubtedly, he had his own burdens as well. Yet, he chose to keep everything bottled up. That silence conveyed a profound message. Whatever struggles he faced, he opted not to articulate them, perhaps as a means of shielding his loved ones from pain. What is certain is this: significant events were occurring behind the scenes in the days leading up to Prince's passing. The connection, if any, to Diddy remains a complex enigma. Should Prince's name become involved in this legal turmoil, only time will reveal the outcome. I invite you to share your opinions. Is it possible that Prince possessed recordings of Diddy from those extravagant parties? If that is the case, why did he never bring it to light? Was he contemplating doing so? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone interested in this intriguing narrative. Activate the notification bell to stay updated on the next significant development, as this story is far from concluded.